The battle for the podium is on. We have three men figuring out where they're going to land. Matt Fraser, Noah Ohlsen, and Bjorn Carl.
And that's your top three coming in. But in what order will they be coming out? We have this event where anything can happen, where mistakes will be devastating. The amount of pressure on everyone. Don't pretend that Matt Fraser doesn't feel pressure coming into this event. It's the first time since 2015 that it's been the case, because he has been crushing competition for the last 3 years. And he's in a position where he can legitimately lose this based off the event that they have coming in.
Final event is underway. We start with 30 clean and jerks at 135 pounds. Noah Ohlsen and Matt Fraser will be right next to each other. Fraser in the middle of the screen in the white top. Noah Ohlsen is in the red shorts right next to him.
I'm breathing a little bit of a sigh of relief for Noah Ohlsen that he didn't come out doing touch and go reps. 3 years ago, we would have seen Noah Ohlsen to try to do 10 unbroken all the way down the line. But what he's doing is trying to stay at a comfortable pace between him and Matt, and knowing that his advantage is going to be on the rings.
Matt McLeod currently has the lead through 11 of these first 30 repetitions at the 30 clean and jerks at 135 pounds. After this, it's the 30 muscle-ups, and as you said before, that is where Noah Ohlsen can make a move.
And that is where you cannot make a mistake. You're actually almost better off doing less reps in a row and taking shorter breaks than chancing a tough ring muscle-up or a failed ring muscle-up. If that happens in the beginning of that middle part of this event, it's over.
Matt McLeod is your leader, but everybody else is within about 1 or 2 reps of McLeod, including Matt Fraser and Noah Ohlsen. 20 reps done for McLeod of these first 30, then it's on to the ring muscle-ups where they will advance after every 10 completed repetitions. Noah Ohlsen on the right, looking for his first ever appearance on the CrossFit Podium. His best finish before this was 4th. That was 2 years ago in 2017. Matt Fraser looking to become the second man to win 4 CrossFit Games championships. Fraser now in the lead through 25 of those first 30 reps.
See Matt Fraser in the center lane, watching Noah Ohlsen and Noah Ohlsen only, seeing what rep scheme is on, seeing his face, what his body language is telling him, and that's kind of going to dictate the pace of what Matt does. Nobody else on the floor here matters, except Matt Fraser and to his right, Noah Ohlsen.
Fraser to the rings first. If Ohlsen is going to take that white jersey from Fraser, he's got to beat the 3-time champ by at least 3 spots in this event. And now Ohlsen up on the rings to start his set of 30. Fraser through 5, now 6 of his set of 30 muscle-ups.
Fraser's doing a massive set. This should be rep number 10.
And now Ohlsen takes a break. Fraser's done. Second set of 10 for Matt Fraser.
I like the break by Noah Ohlsen. Noah is fully capable of doing a set of 10. Now this middle set of 10 is kind of going to tell us whether that was a good idea or a bad idea for Matt Fraser. I know he knows himself better than anybody. He's put in the time, he's put in the work, he knows what he's capable of. And Noah Ohlsen, 2 short breaks, is back up in that second place position.
And Fraser through 43, now 44 of the 90 scored repetitions. Noah Ohlsen is trying to catch up with Bjorn Gudmundsson and Matt McLeod.
Fraser needs to be very careful about his last rep of the set. He did a set of 5, but his judge just kind of warned us, make sure you establish a full lockout before you drop off the rings.
Ohlsen with another break goes to the chalk. Fraser continues to work, and he will take a break.
Matt started with an unbroken set of 10, did a set of 5, and he just did a set of 3. So Matt already breaking up twice in this middle set.
Fraser back on the rings, Ohlsen back on the rings. Noah Ohlsen is through 16 of his 30. Fraser is through 20. And Fraser will advance to the next set of rings, but he goes back to get some chalk before he will do that.
Noah Ohlsen should be finishing up his set of 20 and moving up with him.
Fraser just has to stay close to Ohlsen. Even if Ohlsen beats him by 1 spot, Fraser will hang on to the title of CrossFit Games champion. Fraser to work on his final set of 10 muscle-ups. Jorgen Gudmundsson on the left is on his final set of 10. Now Noah Olsen, he gets started.
Fraser did a set of 3, still that last lockout of his final rep. It's getting sketchy, it's getting hard. You gotta be careful how you finish those final reps in those sets.
Olsen with the lead briefly before Fraser hops back on the rings and gets to work, and now another break for Fraser. 5 reps remain for Matt Fraser. Noah Olsen may not be able to catch Matt Fraser, but Noah Olsen, for the first time in his career, could finish on the podium here at the CrossFit Games, and that would be a fantastic achievement for Noah Olsen.
Fraser breaking again. This is the first time Noah's broke it up in less than a set of 5.
Fraser's just going to keep his eye on Noah. Again, if Olsen is going to beat Fraser in the overall standings, he's got to beat him by at least 3 spots in this event.
But the athletes are there. You see Gudmundsson, Panchek, Hepner, they are there. It is possible.
And Olsen has taken the lead. First man to the barbell as Fraser will join him.
And this is the moment it's come down to. We said pace the beginning, keep your momentum in the middle, and it's time to race. It's 30 snatches between you and a possible first place finish.
And look at Matt Fraser rip through these reps.
There's a big difference between the first 5 and the last 10.
Fraser back in the lead, and here comes Noah Olsen. Matt Fraser going touch and go again for another set of 5. $20 to go for Fraser. Olsen remains in second, Gudmundsson remains in third. This looks like it's going to be your men's podium, and no rep for Fraser.
Here's the dangers like touch and go. He did all that work just to get 2 reps ahead. That no rep kind of shook him a little.
Olsen is in second. He's got to beat Fraser by 3 if he wants to earn the title of Fittest on Earth. Fraser with 15 to go. Olsen with 15 to go.
Olsen's gonna have to start doing more than single reps. It's not gonna be enough to try to keep pace with Matt with singles. He's gonna have to start doing some touch and go.
But he also needs help. He's also gonna need some other men to step on the gas here if he wants to beat that man. Matt Fraser with 10 to go. Olsen doing a great job hanging with the 3-time champion, but he is not getting the help that he needs. He's got to pass him, and he's got to hope that Jorgen Gudmundsson and Scott Panchek all of a sudden find another gear. 5 to go for Matt Fraser. Now 2 for Fraser. He will break. Mr. Froning, you have company. For the 4th straight time, Matt Fraser is the CrossFit Games champion. Noah Olsen, for the first time in his career, will be on the podium, and Jorgen Gudmundsson will join them. Scott Panchek will fall just short again. Panchek finished 4th 2 years in a row in 2012 and 2013. He's been inside the top 6 6 times. Now 7 if he finishes inside the top 6 again here. One of the most consistent athletes we have ever seen to not finish on the podium is Matt McLeod, who comes across the finish line, and Jacob Hepner is done as well. Saxon Pancic, James Newberry left on the floor. Pancic is on the left, the younger of the two Pancic brothers competing here in the top 10. And James Newberry, who will get his best career finish at the CrossFit Games. Matt Fraser had to work for this one.
I remember Matt saying in a wonderful documentary of a few years ago is that he hopes you bring your A game. He hopes you've been training your ass off for this event. He wants to feel good about this win. I think, though it was his toughest win to date, for the race that he had to run all weekend, this has to be his most proud win at the CrossFit Games.
For the first time in the last 3 years, he didn't have it wrapped up going into the final event. James Newberry is the last man on the floor, and once he crosses the finish line, the 2019 Reebok CrossFit Games will be done, and James Newberry will have his best career finish here. Noah Olson and Jacob Hepner out there cheering him on. Final rep for James Newberry and final rep of the 2019 Reebok CrossFit Games.
A big round of applause for our top 10 men.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2019 CrossFit Games champion, Matt Fraser!
His career started with 2 straight second place finishes. Since then, nothing but gold medals for Matt Fraser, as he is now the second man in CrossFit Games history to win this competition 4 straight times. And give credit to Noah Olson, who left it all out on the floor to try and catch that man. And Noah Olson, for the first time in his career, will be on the podium at the CrossFit Games.
Matt Fraser, from start to finish, got the race he has been asking for the last 3 years. Noah Olson never backed down. Fraser had to push it to a pace that he has never gone before just to stay at reps ahead. Not to dominate Noah, to stay mere reps ahead, but he did it. And that shows you the testament that Matt Fraser is as a competitor, as an athlete, and as one of the greatest men to ever grace the competition floor at the CrossFit Games.
4-time champ, Matt Fraser.
Congratulations. This was one of the closest points races we've seen from you in a little bit to get there. I mean, how did that affect you this week?
I didn't like it. No, it was what it was, you know. Gave me a little extra motivation to go harder and try to get some more event wins, rack up those points.
We've seen so many accomplishments from you throughout your entire career in this sport, in other sports as well. I mean, what's still on your goals list considering everything you've been capable of?
I don't know, I'm just trying to have a good time. This is better than a desk job, so I'm gonna keep doing this.
You got a ton of fans here. I know I could see you kind of searching the crowd for your crew, your friends, your family. What does their support mean for you?
Oh, I mean, I wouldn't be here without them. You know, they take everything off my plate so I can wake up, train 8 hours a day and think about nothing else. And so between my manager, O'Keefe, and my sweetheart, Sammy, there's not too much I have to do other than just think about training, competing, and winning.
Congratulations.
Thank you.